Good morning, everyone. On the Spain workers group, this remains the face and voice of Mr. Josephat Kashindi Andreas. This is just an update to update everybody who is on this group, because if you are on this group, it means, and it's me who has added you on, it means that you have been pre-selected to go to Spain, basically. Okay, so we had a meeting on Saturday, the 10th of August, here in Windhoek, Namibia, right? And that meeting was not very well attended. We only had 18 people. Out of 107 people who were on this group, on this WhatsApp group, we only had 18 people who attended. For various reasons, of course. Some people are out of town, others they don't live in Windhoek, others were in Windhoek, but they had their reasons for not attending the meeting. So that is immaterial at the moment. But this is the following is the information that we have shared with the people who attended the meeting, because for me, that just showed how serious they are. I understand if you were working, but like for me, when I was making my way to go to the UK, and I was required to be in Windhoek, I had to borrow money to come here to Windhoek and apply for my visa and stay with a family member who lives in Windhoek. I stayed here for over 2 weeks, waited for my visa. I got my visa, and then I flew out to the UK. That is how serious I was with my own life, with my own journey of going to the UK. So I had to take, some people had to take leave from their workplaces. I understand the people who were writing exams in Marienthal. I think I had a couple of people in Marienthal who were busy writing exams, and they couldn't make it to the meeting. But I'm just trying to stress the fact that if you are really serious about this, you could have done everything in your power to be here. I know people who get permission from work. Now some people are telling me, oh no, they were working and it's outside Windhoek, or some people are saying they didn't have money. I had people in Windhoek who live in Katutura, and the meeting was happening in Katutura, but they told me they don't have taxi money to come to the meeting. So you can just see that the reason why you didn't make it is very, very different from another person, but there are some people who could not make it. And we had people from Ondangwa, we had people from Walvis Bay, we had people from Caribbean, we had people from Keetmans who came to attend the meeting, and they were there and they attended, okay? So let me not waste time on the people who did not attend. So now, if you live outside Windhoek, this message is for you. If you are in Windhoek and you didn't attend the meeting, this message is for you. I'm just going to make it very, very simple, because I think some people are getting an impression that I need to run after them. Like the people who were added on the group, we all had an agreement to say, I will add you on the group. But when you decide to leave, you just leave. You don't tell me that you are leaving for whatever reason. You just leave. So I'm not going to text anybody. Anybody who leaves the group, that's your loss, mate. I think there's enough fish in the sea to get other people who are going. There are enough people who are serious and who want to go. So I don't think I will be texting anybody else who leaves the group to ask you why you left the group or whatever. I think I'll just leave it there, okay? Because I don't actually have the time to do that, okay? So let us have professional courtesy. If we have been on this group added because you applied you want to go to Spain, it is incumbent upon you, right? It is solely your responsibility to make sure that if you decide you are leaving, you should communicate with me personally, and tell me to say, okay, I'm leaving the group, or I've left the group because of A, B, and C. But if you don't feel like doing that, then it's also fine. There are other opportunities that will come. Like I keep on telling people, I've had a guy who swore at me. Somebody swore at me and my mother, right? Because of another opportunity I was marketing, and then they didn't meet the requirements, so they thought they couldn't meet. And then when I started doing this again for Spain, then that same guy texted me wanting to come back. And for me, I save numbers. If I ever got in touch with you, I save your number, and your number remains in my phone. My phone is very big. It doesn't get full like that, okay? So I'm just saying that so that people just get to understand that this is what we are talking about. Okay, so the first thing is that for these jobs in Spain, we have approached a couple of a few organizations and companies to help us to sponsor, so that you guys who are going to go to Spain will not have to pay anything. You just pack your bags and then these companies are supposed to pay for you to go to Spain, to go to work. And I will tell you what is needed in the, or what the whole process needs, okay? When we did our initial calculations, I'm saying initial calculations so that it's clear for you guys that some of the fees might change, okay? When we did initial calculations, each person who is going to go to Spain would need about 40,000 Namibia dollars. That's 40,000, okay? 40K, 40,000 Namibia dollars. For the whole process will require about 40,000 Namibia dollars for one person to go. So each person who is going is supposed to have paid 40,000 Namibia dollars to go, okay? So we have approached some companies, like I said, in organizations, but the answers have been negative. We have not seen anybody really committing anything or to say, all they could tell us is that it's a good idea, it will help unemployment in Namibia and all that. We've not gotten anybody to commit and say they are going to sponsor this trip, or even to say I'm sponsoring 10 people, I was sponsoring 100 people or whatever, right? So we have not seen any of that. So that means that other people, if you are watching this video and you have your $40,000, you can simply just make your way to our office. I will explain the rest of the information that you need to take there, but you can make your way to our office in Windhoek here in Maromo, and you go there and pay your money, and we start the process. And as I'm speaking to you, we already have 2 people who have already paid their $40,000 to go to Spain. Now, the problem I've had with this type of thing is that we are trying to help poor people, right? People who don't have access to a lot of money like that. But once we open this up to everybody else, then it's the minister's children and their grandchildren and the people, the CEO's company, the CEO's family members who will eventually pay their money to come. Like some of the people that I know who have paid already are people from good families who can afford to pay the 40,000 for their people to go, okay? So that is the danger that we have. So I was targeting my people who are not from rich families, who can probably not afford 40,000 to take their children to Spain to go and work. So that is the first thing. The second thing. So if you have your 40,000 Namibia dollars, you can simply make your way to our office and pay, and then we start the process for you, and then you get through the whole process. So the pre-selection I've done when I was asking you guys the message on WhatsApp to say, do you have this? Do you have a level 3 qualification? That is all that we needed. We needed to know for you to be selected. So there is not going to be an interview for you to go for an interview for these jobs in Spain. We are basically just going to use that information you gave us, and those are the documents that you are going to need to take to our office. You need to take all your documents. That includes what? Your passport. Your passport is the first and the most important thing that you must have. Have your passport ready. Take it to the office. And your original passport, that is. It's not like a copy or anything. So I think they will make a copy. The ladies who are working in the office will make copies for you there, for us there, or whatever. And if it needs to be certified, I think they will tell you. But otherwise, okay, let's do this. Take your original documents plus a certified copy of each document that you are taking. Your passport, your academic qualifications, your ID, all your personal documents. I can't mention all of them in one video, but I'm saying all of them, all your personal documents, especially your qualifications. It must show all your qualifications, your grade 12 certificates, your grade 10 certificates, or whatever qualification you have, your level 3 qualifications, your level 2, your level 4, everything that you have. Take all those, one certified copy of each, and the originals. You should have the originals and the certified copies of those, so that we can move forward. So that is now the first thing. So this 40,000 Namibia dollars, now that we are looking for sponsors for, but we are still continuing to look for sponsors. So we are not ending here. For me, I don't give up easily until I get an answer that I want. So I will continue to look for sponsors. We will continue to look for more sponsors, and hopefully, God willing, we will get some sponsors who will say, okay, I can pay for 20 people, I can pay for 10 people, I can pay for 30 people, or whatever, right? Yeah, so that 40,000 includes now your visa application fee. That's the first thing. Visa application fee. And remember, our company is going to apply for you. So all you need to do, and your CV, you need to bring your CV as well. Your CV, your latest CV, you need to bring it as well. Ne? And some passport photos, maybe 2 passport photos as well. You need to bring those to the office when you take your documents there. Okay, so the visa application fee, we are going to be the ones applying for you. You are not going to fill in your application yourself. We are going to, the 40,000 includes the visa application fee. It includes admin fee. Admin fee is basically for the administration of the office, of our office. Because as we are doing this, we have people who are working, who are getting paid on a monthly basis, who are working for our company. We actually have 3 ladies who are working for our company, and they are the ones who are going to be doing the whole administration process, applying for you, creating new emails for you, and things like that. So there's a lot of things that go into the administration. So that is included in the 40,000. The health insurance, when you are traveling from here to Europe, you need to have health insurance. It's not the same like when you are traveling from here to Zambia or Nigeria. Okay, in Africa, we don't usually talk about health insurance, but when you are traveling to Europe, you need to have health insurance. So that is part of the 40,000 that will be paid. Your flight tickets will be part of it as well, your flight tickets, and your flight tickets will be a return ticket to go and to come back, okay? So it's not just a one way. They don't approve one way. They won't give you a visa if you are going for one way when you are going on a short-term basis. And like I said, this program in Spain, they call it an internship program, even though us here, we're calling it a work program because you are going to work for 6 months and you are getting paid as you are working. So it's very, very important for you to understand that it is for 6 months. You're going to be working for 6 months. And then you can do depending on your work performance and everything, and your attitude and your behavior and everything, they can offer you another contract to continue working there in that same hotel where you're going to work. Okay? And the pay, like I said, it's from between 400 euro per month and 600 euro. So it's 400 to 600 euro per month. That is your pay. That's how much they will pay you. And then they will add your tips. The tips, if you're working in the hotel, you know the hotel environment, you get tips sometimes if you're working as in a hotel environment, okay? So that includes the tips as well. And then it will also include document translation. Your documents are probably in English, so we are going to have to need, we have already contracted a lady who is doing the translation for all our documents into Spanish, from English to Spanish. All the documents, your CV, your qualifications, everything will be translated into Spanish as well, so that it can be uploaded on the website, that side where you are going to get a job. This also includes basic Spanish classes. We are going to have basic Spanish classes as well. You are going to be taught on how to at least greet people, how to say hello, how to speak basic Spanish classes. So that is included in the $40,000 for those who cannot speak, of course. And then we will also have preparation for your visa application process. In case they need an interview, they need to interview you for the visa. If you qualify for the visa to go, it's not to say you qualify for the job, but you qualify for the visa to go. So sometimes they need to interview people. So we are going to prepare you. We are going to tell you what kind of questions they ask, and we will prepare you properly so that you don't fail your interview process. Okay, if there is need for that. The next thing, again, is a sponsorship letter that you will get from the hotel. It's part of this 40,000. You get a sponsorship letter that they will say, okay, we are going to sponsor. Like we said, meals and accommodation will be on the hotel. You will not need to pay your own accommodation or meals. They will give you the food for the whole 6 months that you are there, and they will accommodate you as well for the whole 6 months that you are there. So that is why that money that you make, if it's $10,000 or $12,000 per month that you get as a salary, that is your money that you can just use however you want to use it. You can send home and pay for school for your cousins and siblings and things like that. Yeah, so that is the whole thing. So a sponsorship letter from the hotel, you get that letter that will say that will say that they will sponsor you. That is part of the 40,000. And then you will get a Schengen visa for travel history. Okay, the visa that you will get will also give you travel history, which means that any other country that you would want to apply for, you will have travel history. And when you have travel history, it's easier for you to be considered for other jobs in other countries as well, like Germany and Italy and Spain as well, and France and all these other countries, wherever you want to go. Okay, so basically that is the information that I wanted to share, and that's what I've shared with the people at the meeting that we had. Like I said, we are still looking for more sponsors, and if you have any idea of companies that sponsor people, text me privately and we take it from there as well. It will be easier for us to approach more companies so that we stand a better chance of doing this. So the only last thing that I want to say is that, the two last things that I want to say, one is that you need to pay your money faster so that we can start the process. for you if you while we are still waiting for sponsorship. Of course, once we get sponsorships, we will just have to refund everybody who has paid, except if you decide you are coming from a very rich family and it's okay for us to not pay for you and refund you. Yeah, so that is the process that we are talking about. Again, like I said, the jobs, we were required to get 200 people to go in the next 2 months. At least by the end of October, we should have at least 200 people going, having gone already to Spain, right? But of course, all these things would depend on how fast we all act, and the sponsorship and all these things. But if we get 5 people to go, they can go, right? Because other people have already contacted our office and they've paid their 40,000 already and things like that. So that is fine. And then the latest communication we've gotten, the people in Spain have now looked at their statistics of how many hotels need how many people, and they have given us a total figure now of 2,000 people. They actually need 2,000 people from Namibia, and they have given us the mandate to look for those people. So all we need to do now is just to get the first 200 people to go first, and then the other 2,000 people, it won't be difficult for them to go. We have also asked them to relax and lower their requirements, so that they can allow maybe people to go with level 2 instead of level 3. But yeah, so we are still waiting for an answer from them from there. Okay, so I think with this information, this is it. This video should not be too long. Yeah, so those of you who live outside Windhoek, we'll be able to give you an email where you can send your documents for now. But for me, like I say, I always want people to come face to face and come and see the office, see where we are, where we have been located, meet the people in person and everything. Okay, then all the best of Godspeed. Take care then. Bye-bye.